What's up everyone? Today we're going to rank a few $1,000s worth of UAD Reverb plugins right here. We're talking about EMT plates, Lexicon halls, and the legendary Capital Chambers. But if you're a mixer, producer, or someone that makes music in their bedroom, chances are you're still clicking through presets. You could be desperately trying to find the one that doesn't just sound good, but sounds expensive, and is S tier on your lead vocal. The one that guarantees that your vocal is right in front and center. I've spent years and hundreds of dollars so you can stop guessing. Most videos just read the manual. We're not going to do that. We are going to rank all of the UAD Reverb monsters from S tier perfection all the way down to D tier distraction. I'm basing them only on one thing: how they serve my lead vocal in a modern mix. Stay with me until the very end because I'm going to share with you my personal secret sauce, my combination. It's a 3-reverb chain that uses our S tier plugins to guarantee your vocal is lush, present, and sits in the mix without washing out. And I think that's worth the entire watch. Let's dive in. The foundation and criteria. Before we can rank, we need a reliable framework. Now, I'm not talking about drums, synths, or sound design. That's something else. We're going to talk about the vocal, purely the vocal. It's the star of the show. Therefore, my criteria is based on 3 non-negotiable pillars. The 3 reasons a reverb will make or break your mix: presence and clarity. This is non-negotiable. S tier reverbs add depth while maintaining 100% of the vocal's presence. They create space behind the vocal, not around it. If a reverb pushes the vocal back, it's instantly demoted. Color versus transparency. Does the plugin introduce a specific limiting color, like a filter? Or is it largely transparent, simply creating a beautiful sense of space? For S tier, we demand transparency or a perfect, lush, universally applicable color. Efficiency and flow. Can you dial in a world-class sound in under 30 seconds? In modern mixing, time costs money. S tier plugins are instant vibe machines. They require minimal tweaking. Now for our final category, the ones that are incredible tools, but simply fail the lead vocal test. D tier, the effect specialists. I call them the necessary cuts. Starting at the bottom, the D tier isn't about bad quality. It's about mismatch purpose. These are specialty tools designed for other jobs in the mix. They just can't handle the delicate front of house demands of a lead vocal. AKG BX Spring Reverb. Look, if you want that lo-fi vintage garage or dub sound, this is your guy. It has incredible character, but for a polished lead vocal, it introduces too much mid-range flutter and metallic clutter.
Oh, oh, my love, where did we go wrong? We're living in the ashes of what once was. My love, my love, my love, we had it all. Oh, 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 we're living in the ashes of what once was.
Unless you are explicitly going for that lo-fi gritty vibe, it immediately kills the vocal's clarity and then introduces a phasey mess which you don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with it, so we skip it. It's a specialty tool, not a main attraction. Why does it fail? Well, it's too resonant and aggressive in the critical 1 to 3K range. AMS RMX16 expanded digital reverb. This one breaks hearts. The RMX16 is one of the most famous digital reverbs ever. but its true magic is in its non-lean and ambience programs. Effects designed to be heard and noticed, often on snares, toms, or creating abstract spaces. For a smooth, continuous lead vocal ambience, it's just too gritty, too loud, and too demanding of attention.
I can't understand what they're saying. I don't understand what they mean. Never realized all this city wants to take from me.
The Classic RMX algorithms are incredible, without a doubt, but they are designed to be a feature of the track, not the humble, supportive foundation for the voice. So why does it fail? There's too much character that competes with the voice's focus. Dreamverb Room Modeler, the OG UAD algorithmic reverb. It could just be older than me. It's powerful, but it's fundamentally a utility player. It likes the pre-baked legendary color and vibe of the EMT and Lexicon units. To get a competitive lush sound, you have to spend an hour dialing it in, like the early reflections, the decay, and density from scratch. Or you could use a preset. Either way, it's too annoying for me. In a professional mixing environment, we rely on tools that sound incredible with one fader move. This one costs too much time for the immediate sonic return. So why is this in D tier? Well, it's low on instant vibe and high on tweaking just to get professional results. We've just got 3 plugins right out of the running. This is great. We're narrowing the field to the true contenders. Now, let's talk about the versatile, high-quality units that are simply one step behind the true legends, the workhorses. C tier, the versatile workhorses. Solid, but not signature. The C tier plugins are where the money starts to be well spent. These are tools you can use in every mix and they will sound great, but they often lack the depth or unique atmosphere to truly elevate a vocal to that next platinum level. Pure play reverb. This is the little brother of the EMT 140. It offers that beautiful high frequency shimmer and dense decay that makes the plates sound so good on vocals. So what seems to be the problem with it? Well, it's a stripped down version. It likes the 3 distinct plate models, A, B, and C, and the deep modulation controls of the 140. It's a fantastic set and forget option, especially for background vocals where you want something quick, but you don't want to carry the weight of the lead vocal on its own.
Oh, Henry was a renegade, never liked to play it safe.
So here's the value proposition. It's the best reverb when DSP or simplicity is your absolute priority. Ocean Way Studios. Now this one is complex. In reverb mode, using it like a regular reverb, it's a high quality, authentic room, giving you size and space. But its true power is the re-mic mode. It's what elevates it to C tier. You can take a dry, dead vocal and suddenly place it in the famous Studio A or B, complete with mic proximity and phase.
Here it is before and after.
While incredible for realism, this level of acoustic authenticity is often too much for a processed, competitive pop or hip-hop vocal that requires a sculpted, unnatural space. It's fantastic for the acoustic singer-songwriter where realism is key, but too specific for the universal application. Here's the value proposition. It's the gold standard for making a closed mic vocal sound like it was tracked in $1 million room. Alright, so that finishes the C tier. We have eliminated the purely utilitarian and the ultra specific. It's time to move to the main event, the plates and holes that define professional mixing. Welcome to A tier, where legends reside. The lush, luxurious legends. Now we're talking. If you can only afford one reverb for the rest of your life, It should be from this tier. These are the sounds that defined entire genres. They are lush, gorgeous, and instantly professional. They're legendary, but they have a distinct color that just keeps them one step behind the unrivaled transparency of the S tiers. Lexicon 224 Digital Reverb. Man, the sound of the 1980s powerhouse ballad. The 224 is an animal. Its famous plate and hall algorithms are darker, denser, and grainier than the 480L. Crucially, it has a beautiful way of creating a massive sense of size without pushing the vocal backward.
When the weekend comes, gonna go out. Never slow down, never slow down. 'Cause we're young in love in a ghost town. Never slow down, never slow down. When the weekend comes, gonna go out. Never slow down, never slow down.
It's the kind of reverb you put on your lead vocal, and the tail just seems to fall into the abyss. It's the perfect choice when you want the reverb to be noticeable and dramatic, but still musical. The small trade-off is that its character is really strong. It sometimes dictates the mood of the entire mix, and it just has a powerful personality. Lexicon 480L Digital Reverb and Effects. If the 224 is the moody older sibling, the 480L is the refined studio royalty. This is the sound of the 90s and 2000s, the definition of lush, transparent, and deep. The random hall algorithm is worth the price of the plugin itself. What makes this an A tier? Well, it's so smooth, so artifact-free that it never clashes with the vocal's frequencies. But it is DSP hungry. And in a direct fight with the S tier, it sometimes requires more pre-EQ work to perfectly balance it.
Someday I'm gonna see it all. One day I'm gonna live it up. Someday I'm gonna see it all. One day I'm gonna live it up. Someday I'm gonna see it all. One day I'm gonna live it up.
Still, it's the most versatile reverb on this entire list. EMT 140 Classic Plate Reverberator, the vintage champion. I know, this one's a shocker. The EMT 140 is the original, the essential. It's S tier for historical importance, but for me, for a modern competitive vocal, it lands in A tier. Why? Well, that beautiful high frequency shimmer and metallic ring that defines a plate, that same one that makes it cut through, to me, occasionally introduces a honky or nasal tone in the upper mid-range of my vocals if I don't treat it with EQ.
Ooh, I bet you're wondering how I knew about your plans to make me blue.
It's the king of vibe and density, but it sacrifices a touch of clean, immediate transparency for that mechanical sound. It needs a little more work to fit in a clean mix than our S tier champion. We've seen the sheer power and inherent color of the A tier. We've defined the difference between good and great. But now, it's time to talk about the two undisputed champions. The ones that elevate a vocal by simply being on it. The two plugins that every serious recording engineer must own. S tier, the vocal perfection. I call this the non-negotiable. This tier is reserved for plugins that don't just add reverb, they enhance the emotion of the vocal itself. They become a part of the performance, adding space and weight without ever being distracting. These are the difference between a great song and a hit song. Okay, first one, Capital Chambers. Well, this plugin, ladies and gents, is pure studio magic. The Capital Chambers are about organic luxury. It doesn't sound like a plate or a hall. It sounds like a colossal, multi-million-dollar room built specifically to make records that are hits. The space itself is darker, wider, and incredibly deep space that envelopes the vocal. It adds this almost unconscious sense of history and scale.
Every man needs a nemesis, a desert that he cannot cross. To keep the soul in wonder, the belly must have hunger. He needs the vultures. And every man needs an Everest, a mountain that he cannot climb. To keep the head humble, the hands from trouble, he can't be comfortable.
Well, take it or leave it, keeps me wondering, what do I know? Am I still dreaming? Is it deja vu? Have I been here before?
The dynamic room modeling, the ability to physically move the virtual speaker and the microphone. It's game-changing. You can sculpt the pre-delay and early reflections to perfectly hug the vocal and sit right behind it. The emotional weight. If you need a vocal to sound expensive, classic, and drenched in a warm, unique atmosphere, this is the answer. It is the ultimate vibe machine that retains perfect clarity. EMT 250 Classic Electronic Reverb, the ultimate secret weapon. This is the most crucial plugin in this entire ranking. I'm a bit biased to it because MJ used it as well. We elevated it to S tier because it solves the biggest problem of the EMT 140, the metallic resonance. The EMT 250 is the sound of electronic silk. It was the world's first digital reverb, and its genius is its ability to be dense, warm, and musical while remaining supremely transparent. Its algorithms create a dense wash of reflections without that metallic ringing and minimal phase issues. It's perfect for the modern vocal that is heavily compressed and needs smooth support.
Dreamt about, make me beautiful, make me beautiful. And I tried all the things that you dreamt about.
The numbers on lever 2 indicate the low frequency decay time.
Make me beautiful. And I tried all the things that you dreamt about. Make me beautiful, make me beautiful. And I tried all the things that you. And I tried all the things that you dreamt about. Make me beautiful, make me beautiful. And I tried all the things that you dreamt about. Make me beautiful, make me.
The smoothness. This is where the 140 has character that dictates the mix. The 250 has a velvet quality that simply supports the voice. It makes the vocal feel 3D, rich, and wide without ever sounding, obviously, reverby. The utility is where you can use a short decay on the 250 for a fantastic room tone, or a long decay for a gorgeous haul. It's the ultimate set and forget, does it all. S-tier utility verb that every professional uses, especially on the lead vocals. But I will say though, Valhalla is something different. So we've made it. Capital chambers for organic luxury and EMT 250 for unparalleled electronic transparency. But I promised you a gift, right? Ranking them is one thing, combining them is where you become a legendary mixer. The trifecta vocal chain reverb. Here is the secret sauce combo I use when mixing a lead vocal that has to compete with the biggest tracks in the world. But I can only use this on a twin CPU or a quad CPU. A solo will just die. It is a 3-reverb chain using the S tier and A tier plugins. So the foundation, short, transparency, a quick EMT 250 with a decay of 1.2 seconds set to a low mix level. This is the invisible depth that makes the vocal sound naturally recorded in a smooth, perfect space. This is the glue for the space, width, organic vibe. We're looking for the capital chambers at a low mix level, maybe minus 20 dB, using the mic position to create an almost slap delay-like early reflection in the first 80 milliseconds. This is the organic wide cushion that wraps around vocal. And for the shimmer, the top end polish, we're going to use a dedicated effects send to the EMT 140 plate. Plate A or C, set with a 3-second decay, but heavily high passed at 1K and low passed at 10K. So you're only hearing the bright, beautiful metallic shimmer in the extreme top end. This is the final glossy polish that makes the vocal just cut through any dense mix. That combination, clean, electronic depth, organic width, and a filtered plate shimmer will solve all your vocal reverb problems forever. Go try it. This is my definitive UAD reverb vocal sound. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. If this breakdown brought value to your mixing, and if it saved you time, money, or you just found it enjoyable, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps my channel grow. And subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Now, go make some incredible music. I'll see you in the next one.